Hi, third grade friends. How are you? I hope you are all doing well. Today, we are going to talk about subject-verb agreement. So the subject is who or what the sentence is about, and then the verb we've talked a lot about. Verbs show action, right? So the subject and the verb have to match or agree. So if you would make sure you have this page out in front of you, get a pencil out, and follow along. I'm going to go through the top section with you. Let's read through this together. The subject and the verb in a sentence must work together or agree. That's what I just was saying. To make most present tense verbs agree, so present tense right now, to make most present tense verbs agree with singular nouns, that's one, or he, she, or it, add s. So singular, he, she, or it, we're going to add an s. And we'll go through an example here in just a minute. If the subject is plural, so we're talking about more than one, or I, you, we, or they, the present tense verb does not end in an S. So let's look at some examples and see what we're talking about here. So a singular subject, singular means one. The bird, that's the subject. The bird, it's single. The bird sings a cheery song. So the verb here gets an S because the subject was singular. And think about, what does it make sense? The bird sings a cheery song. You wouldn't say the bird sing a cheery song. That doesn't make sense. Doesn't sound right. She, singular, she listens to the music. So because this is singular, listens gets the S. Plural subject. So not this time the subject is plural, more than one. The ducks eat the breadcrumbs. So ducks is plural. There's more than one. So the verb does not get an S. It's kind of like the opposite. If the subject has an S, the verb doesn't. If the subject does, how did I say that? If the subject doesn't have one, it does get one. So the ducks eat the breadcrumbs. You wouldn't say the ducks eats the breadcrumbs. That doesn't sound right. It doesn't match. The ducks eat the breadcrumbs. We, that's plural, we watch them. So no S because this is plural. Okay, so now let's take a look here. A form of be in the sentence also must agree with the subject. Use is or was, that's the form of be. Use is or was to agree with singular nouns. Use are and we, or are and were, to agree with plural. So these go together, and is and was goes with singular. So let's look. Singular subject, single. Grasshopper is single. A grasshopper is hiding on the lawn. So here's this verb phrase, is hiding. Is goes with singular. A grasshopper, singular, is hiding on the lawn. The ant, that's singular, was busy. So is and was go with singular. Plural subjects. Crickets is plural. So crickets are singing in the trees. Crickets is plural. So we use are or were, are. The insects were noisy. So let's take a look. Choose the verb in the parentheses that agree with the subject. Write the verb. So the hummingbird, that's singular, is or are, flying around the garden. So if this is singular, we need is or was. Is. The hummingbird is flying around the garden. That sounds right. If you said the hummingbird are flying, that doesn't even sound right. So we need is, and we're going to write it over here. Those birds, that's plural, is or are, so tiny. Are goes with plural. Okay? Those birds are so tiny. Moths, that's plural. Moths is or are or is fluttering near the streetlight. Which one would it be? Are. So you're going to write are. A big frog, that's singular, are or is, croaking at the pond. Okay, so I want you to finish that section. You can pause it and finish it. And then let's look at this bottom. Choose the verb in parentheses that agree with the subject. Write the sentence. This time you're going to have to write the sentence. Make sure you use capitals and periods and write neatly, please. The ants, it's plural, it has an S, crawl or crawls around the picnic table. If this has the S, should this have the S? No. So the ants crawl around the picnic table. You wouldn't say the ants crawls. That doesn't sound right. So you're going to rewrite this sentence neatly. Make sure you have spacing and capitals and periods. Okay, so you need to do the same thing. So if you want to pause the video and finish that, and then we'll go to the next page. So this is more of the same. Let me straighten it out here. Put your finger on it. Follow along with me. Use each phrase as the subject of a sentence. So they're giving you the beginning. You're going to add a verb describing an action that takes place in the present. So right now, make sure each verb agrees with its subject. Some trees. Trees is plural. Some trees, and then you need to finish it. I'm thinking some trees are swaying in the breeze. So I'm going to write that sentence. It's not the only sentence. You can come up with your own. Some trees are, because this is plural, we use the word are. Some trees are swaying in the breeze. Period. Okay, you're going to do that for each one of these. Down here at the bottom, you can pause it if you want, or you can come back. Directions, write 2 sentences. You need at least 2 sentences about snakes. Use verbs that describe actions in the present, so right now. So you need at least 2 sentences about snakes talking about in the present. Okay? All right. I'm going to look at this next page. This one you just have to find the correct answer. They've given you one correct. Number 1, Kevin blank rocks from the creek. So Kevin is singular. One Kevin. That means the verb is going to have an S. Kevin collect rock? Does that make sense? No. Kevin collects rocks? Collects has an S. This one doesn't. So that sounds like it might be right. Let's check. Kevin collects. Do we need ES? No. Kevin is collect rocks from the creek. Does that sound right? No. So the correct answer is B. Alrighty. Go ahead. I want you to finish that page. We're going to take a quick peek at the last page. If you want to pause the video, go ahead. All right, I'm just going to buzz through this one real quick. It's a review of all the things you've just been doing. Choose the verb in the parentheses that agrees with the subject. Write the verb. Tamara and Will. That's 2 people, so that's plural. Tamara and Will are or is fishing at the pond. So Tamara and Will are fishing, or Tamara and Will is fishing. Are goes with plural, so it should be are. You need to do those next ones. Choose the verb in parentheses that agrees with each subject. Write the sentence. So this time you have to write the sentence. Neat handwriting, capitals and periods. Jonah, that's singular, like or likes trees. This is singular. This needs the S. So Jonah likes trees, period. Okay. In the bottom, write a sentence about something in a park that you enjoy. Underline the verb. Make sure it agrees with the subject of the sentence. So write a sentence about something in the park, underline the verb. Make sure it agrees with the subject. Alrighty? All right, I hope you have a great day. Make sure you read a book today. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments on Dojo what you are reading about. Alrighty? All right, talk to you later. Bye-bye.